San Antonio. K221GF 921 of San Antonio. This is KLMO 98.9 and 92.1 FM. We are San Antonio. Columbus Broadcasting Station.
KLMO, K Alamo 98.9 and San Antonio's 92.1. We are San Antonio. Good Saturday. Good Saturday morning. There we are. Life Stories with April Monterosa, and we're off to a great start. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Saturday. Happy chilly Saturday out there, San Antonio and Texas. It is a little cold outside today, but we're going to have ourselves a nice warm tummy because we're going to start talking about tacos with our special guest. And our co-host just got in, Mr. Eric Lee. All right, so I want to introduce our guest today, Chris Flores, also known as Eat Migos. If you're not following him on social media, you're missing out on all the cool taco spots. So welcome, Chris.
Hey, April. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, welcome to Life Stories.
Thank you. It's awesome to be here. And as you said, unfortunately, I didn't bring tacos. That was my whole goal. I was like, I'm going to get up early, I'm going to get tacos, but the weather just...
I
know, party foul. You invited me, I show up empty-handed.
I'm like, how does the king of tacos not bring tacos,
I know.
man?
I'm sorry. Yeah, that was my bad. We'll blame it on the weather, though.
Yes, the weather is a little crazy out there. So tell us your background story. Where did you grow up?
So I was born here in San Antonio. I grew up, though, in Seguin, Texas. It's actually where I graduated high school from. So I'm a matador for all of you out there. I probably played you in high school football. But whenever I graduated high school, I did come back to San Antonio. And I was here. It's just really doing my thing, trying to find my groove, find out where I fit in here in the city. And I think I found it now. Eating tacos like everybody else. Yeah.
So is that like a childhood dream? Like I wanna like travel all over the place and get paid to eat tacos. Is that like a thing?
So I always tell people here in Texas, I feel like Gerber isn't in a jar. It's basically a warm flour tortilla with butter. It's like the Mexican Gerber. So I feel like we've all been training for it our whole lives, right? So yeah, I guess I never really thought it was going to turn into a career when I started doing this on my own, just kind of covering tacos. It was in 2018 when I started, and I was able to turn it into a career.
I see that, and it's been a really great run for you. I mean,
It has.
I've seen you grow so much. I mean, we've done a lot of media events together.
Absolutely.
We've tasted a lot of tacos together.
Absolutely.
And now you have a new role.
I do. So in April, May-ish, Favor put out that they were looking for a chief taco officer, and the job was to travel around Texas and to document and try tacos. So I submitted my entry. I waited till the last day. There was over 200 applicants, and I was like, you know what? I hope I do well. I looked at a lot of the applicants. Like, man, there's really talented people applying for it. Kept my fingers crossed, and in May, I got the call that they wanted to have a meeting with me. After an interview, I'd already done an interview, a creative challenge, a couple other things. And whenever they said, hey, we'd like to have a meeting with you on Zoom, I was so nervous. I was like, is this a meeting? Because it's a professional organization. Favor's owned by HEB. It's like, are they going to Zoom to tell me, hey, thank you for applying, but you didn't get the job? I was like, or are they going to say you got the job? It had to be one or the other. So it was just getting the email saying that they wanted to have the Zoom meeting with me wasn't confirmation that I actually got the job. So my wife's like, oh, you got it. And I was like, I'm not that presumptuous to think that I've got this job and I got it in the can. Like, no. And I remember about 3 or 4 minutes before getting on that Zoom, that's probably the most nervous I'd been in a really, really long time, because I'm like, I don't know. I just didn't know which way it was going to go. And it was right before summer, and a lot was contingent on whether I got the job. And I got the call, and we got on Zoom. I got offered the job. I got it.
Man, that is awesome. What did that feel like?
I was so shocked. Like, it was surreal for me.
Why?
Yeah, I mean, just because I looked at all the entries, and I was like, man, there's so many talented people in this state. And I just felt like, wow, I did it. Like, I couldn't believe it. Because you always buy raffle tickets. You always try out for stuff, and you don't always get it. So I was like, man, you know what? I'm just happy that I made it this far in the process of the Chief Taco Officer journey. But yeah, I got it. I don't know. I was just shocked.
That's funny that you say that because, you know, a lot of media personalities, they have their online persona, right?
Right.
And then they are who they are in real life.
Right.
And you're you.
The same all
In
the time.
both.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's probably I think, just my opinion, that's why they picked you. Because you're you. You're a normal
Yeah.
guy. You know, you're not trying to be flashy or
No.
fancy or
Yeah.
you know, you have your cap on all the time.
That's
your
it.
Jeans, you know, and you want to eat tacos, like, you know.
Yeah, it's like I'm here to party and eat tacos.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So, what is your favorite taco?
So my absolute favorite taco. Someone said, "Hey, you can have whatever you want." It's chorizo and bean with bacon and cheese. I call it the Migos. That's my absolute favorite.
Well, there was a restaurant here that had a taco named after you.
Yes, Taco Haven. Taco
Yes.
Haven.
That's no longer with us.
Right, but it was a good run, and it was really popular
was.
for them. It was really popular when they had it.
How did you come up with that creation?
So one day I was at the donut shop eating, and I was shooting there, and I asked for. I generally gauge a restaurant on their beans because if you have good beans, you're pretty much going to have good everything else, right? And the donut shop, I said, "Hey, can I get a bean and cheese and add bacon?" And the señora back there said, "Mijo, you know what my favorite is?" And I was like, "What's that?" She goes, "Have you ever had a chorizo and bean with bacon and cheese?" I was like, I don't think I've ever had that combination before. I'd had chorizo and bean before, but I'd never put bacon and cheese. And she's like, "Yeah, so here you go. Let's try it out." She served it to me. I bit into it, and I fell in love instantly. I was like, "Where have you been my whole life?" I couldn't. It was like taking a bean and cheese with bacon, which was my favorite then, and elevating it. It was amazing. So it's my favorite taco.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
that sounds delicious.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So you got to tell us. You know, you've hit so many different spots throughout Texas.
Sure.
Does San Antonio really have better tacos than Austin?
So this is what I'm going to say. I know. Ooh, there's been a whole war on this.
Yes.
I'm going to say that in Texas, no one beats San Antonio for Tex-Mex breakfast tacos. Like you can't get any better than San Antonio. If you're talking to a traditional sense of more of the actual Mexican style traditional, I would say that Austin has the late night taco game sealed. And I'm sorry, San Antonio. I know we have good pastor and good beefsteak and suadero, but Austin really is doing well over there. And I always tell people, if you're not eating good tacos in Austin, you're just not looking. And you should follow me. I'll show you where to find them. but Austin has a great taco scene also. But I love San Antonio, and I'm going to say no one has better taco. And when it comes to the breakfast taco scene, like Tex-Mex, the beautiful flour tortillas that give you the Mexican dandruff after you eat them, I'd say like Corpus is close, but no one beats San Antonio.
Good to know. Well, we are going to take a short break, and then we'll come back and we'll have Eric Lee with us and the Chief Taco Officer, Eat Migos. For those of you that are watching on Facebook Live, put in the comments, what are your favorite taco spots? What spots should Eat Migos hit up next? We'll be right back.
KLMO, Alamo 98.9 and San Antonio's 92.1. We are San Antonio. We'll be back with live stories with April Monterosa.
Sonreír y ya no sé lo que es vivir. Desde el día en que te marchaste de mí, no hay razón para mí existir. No, porque no puedo, no puedo, no puedo más, no puedo vivir sin ti. No puedo más si tú no estás aquí. Las noches parecen la eternidad. quisiera tenerte a mi lado, a poder olvidar el pasado. No, porque no puedo, no puedo, no, no, no puedo, no puedo más, no puedo vivir sin ti. No puedo, no puedo, no, no, no puedo, no puedo más si tú no estás aquí.
KLMOK Alamo, Tejano 98.9, and San Antonio's 92.1. Somos San Antonio, and we're back with Life Stories with April Monterrosa.
All right, we are back, and this chilly weather is definitely coffee and concha weather. With that said, Eric and I have some cool news to share. What we're doing today, you wanna elaborate on that, Eric?
Yeah, sure. So it's of course celebrity judges. Of course, Miss April's gonna be there, and it's everything on the concha market. It's all panaderias in the city of San Antonio step up for the challenge, and they compete against one another to see who has the best conchas here in the city of San Antonio. And I'm not much for bread, but I will eat the top portion. If they got good coffee, it depends. What do you think? I don't know.
Well, we're gonna try them all, so it really doesn't matter today.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And I'm excited about it because I haven't had a really good concha. Sorry, San Antonio, but I haven't had a good concha in a very, very long time. Everything I get is always dry.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really excited for this year's Concha Throwdown because a lot of the contestants are from the south side of San Antonio. So I'm really excited to highlight them and see what different unique recipes they come out with. But yeah, you guys, if you want something fun with the family to do today, head out to Rolling Oaks Mall this afternoon and head out to the Concha Throwdown.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna be there eating.
A lot of conchas. So we're back with Chris Flores, also known as Mr. Eat Migos. And we were talking about the different tacos. So, Chris, your favorite, flour or corn?
I would say that there's nothing better than a warm flour tortilla, but because I'm older now, I eat more corn because it's more healthy. So I eat way more corn. I love nixtamal corn. My favorite tortilla is from there on the west side. It's called the Colonial Tortilla Factory. If you're not getting your tortillas from there, you're missing out. Yeah, they're amazing. They have nixtamal, and when I walk in there, I'm in line with all the taqueros. They're buying for their businesses, and my order, I hate to say, is almost the same as theirs. I buy like a 5-pound bag of tortillas, then I buy the mini taco ones also. But yeah, those are my favorite. I eat way more corn, but I love flour.
So if we were to ask the audience what their favorite was, corn or flour, what do you think would win?
I'm gonna say here's flour. Flour's generally, whenever on social media, whatever I've asked, flour generally wins. But I would say it's because we're a very breakfast taco loving city here in San Antonio.
What do you do when you try a taco that you don't like?
So I would say that I love all tacos. They're like my kids. I love all of them the same. Sometimes some make me more happy than others. So if I go to a restaurant and I'm not really digging their vibe, their food, their flavor, or whatever, I really take into account the fact that everyone has a bad day. And every cook has a bad day. Every restaurant has a bad day. I don't know what happened. Maybe they're short staffed. Someone got in an accident. I don't know. And I'll just say, hey, can I come back and try it again? I just kind of feel you didn't bring your A game today. And generally, if they invite me back, that they know that they didn't bring their A game. And if they don't, they gave their best. I get a lot of people say, like, hey, you always like everything you eat. And I'm like, well, you only see 3 or 4 videos a week, generally. If you look at me, you can tell I eat more than 3 or 4 times a week. It's not like that's all I eat. So I'm covering a lot more than what I'm putting out. And I would say, so there are quite a few places that I just don't want to put my name on because I just don't feel, not necessarily because the food isn't good, but I think there's consistency issues and just other things. Because I would like for whenever someone goes to a restaurant that I've recommended for it to be a pleasant experience all the way around.
That's good to know because you see a lot of social media influencers, and of course, most like to promote positive stories, right? So anytime they visit a restaurant or they're trying a new thing or they're at a grand opening, everything's great, everything's fantastic. But is it really? You wonder that, and that's what a lot of people don't understand about the media world. Is it really good, or are you getting paid to say it's good?
Absolutely. I would say this generally whenever I do the restaurant. I mean, I'm not getting paid. I'm doing that on my own. I'm not. I mean, I may have been invited or whatever. I'm not getting paid. I like to promote people, and just because I feel I'm going to go eat there anyway, so why not try it and let everyone know what my experience is?
So, our next question. You have this brand that you've created. For anyone that would want to start their own brand on social media, what advice would you give them?
Don't do it. No, don't do it. Stay away. No, I would say you have to be dedicated. There are way more downs than there are ups whenever you're building a brand. Way, way more. And sometimes it's hard to brush those off. And I would say the second you step out on social media and you put your brand out there, you're just saying, hey, everyone, attack me, talk trash. And you have to push through all that. So if you don't have thick skin, then you should stay out of the social media game.
That is so true.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah, any one of us does. Yeah.
When I launched my publication, I
Absolutely.
got a lot of negativity. I got a lot of positive, feedback from the community and people throughout Texas or people that moved out of state.
Right.
And they're like, thank you for sharing home.
Right.
Because I grew up on the South Side. I'm stationed here, or I moved here. My job took me here. My spouse took me there, whatever. But so I have gotten a lot of positive feedback. But you do get that negative.
Always.
You get those trolls
Always.
on social media, and they're just, people literally. So if you don't know what a social media troll is, people actually create accounts, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, whatever, just to bash people, literally bash them online. How do you handle that?
I've matured enough to know. I just kind of laugh at it now. One of, I guess, the biggest way that I was able to push through that during COVID, I was on broadcast, Channel 4, SA11. They were televising my segments, my food segments. The amount of hate that you read in the comments there, I got so used to it that it kind of became like comical for me. At times I'd read them and think that's so hilarious because over half of the people that are on there saying all these negative things, what they're saying, they've taken one thing and taken it way out of context, right? And they're basically just harping on this one thing. And it's like, that's so irrelevant compared to the whole video. The other thing is most of those people are usernames that are just really weird things like, cup of coffee 1 2 3, and he says this, and it's like, you don't have a name, you don't have a picture on there, so you don't even have the guts to come out as yourself and say these things. And I just write that stuff off. It's like I said, it's more comical for me now. I read them, I laugh. My wife takes they offend my wife way more than they offend me. Like I it's hard to offend me now.
It is hard.
Yeah.
I think what's helped me is, so, TikTok, Snapchat, they're trendy social media handles that kids like, right? And I have stepchildren. And I've literally had to teach them, like, don't believe everything you see on social media,
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, so-and-so's over here fighting with so-and-so on social media. And I'm like, well, sometimes that's not real, and that's all negative. And I've had to teach them that, you know what, ignore it. If you get ugly things,
Right.
block,
Right.
because cyberbullying is real, and it's amongst adults also, or business owners.
Right. Absolutely.
And that's terrible.
Yeah, it's really bad. And one of the things is if you have a restaurant and you're listening and you're bullying another restaurant, I won't come and see you. That happens a lot, and I've seen that, and I didn't know that that happens so much. But when you go to Yelp, a lot of restaurants bully other restaurants, and it's a sad thing. They'll have their people who work for them create accounts and put negative things about other restaurants, and it's a sad thing.
That is sad because there's enough for everyone.
Absolutely.
I mean, San Antonio's, one of the fluffiest cities in the world. There's plenty for everybody.
Exactly.
All right, well, we're going to take a short break.
All right, KLMO 98.9, San Antonio's 92.1. We are San Antonio. We'll be back with life stories with April Monterrosa.
Separarnos, no hay nada que no pueda alejarnos. Enamorados estamos tú y yo. En mi mundo, con cariño enfrentamos los problemas. No hay nada que no pueda resolverse. Enamorados estamos tú y yo. Cada día nos queremos más que nunca. Cada noche nos amamos con locura. Cada hora nos deseamos más que ayer. Nos amamos como nadie se ha querido en mis tiempos. Como nadie se ha querido con deseo. Enamorados estamos tú y yo. Enfrentamos los problemas, no hay nada que no pueda resolverse. Enamorados estamos tú y yo. En mi mundo, cada día nos queremos más que nunca. Cada noche nos amamos con locura. Cada hora nos deseamos más que ayer. Nos amamos como nadie se ha querido en mis tiempos, como nadie se ha querido con deseo. Enamorados estamos tú y yo.
KLMO, K Alamo Tejano, 98.9 FM, and San Antonio's 92.1. We are San Antonio, and we're back with life stories with April Monterrosa.
All right. Well, we're here with Eat Migos. If you haven't already tuned in, or if you just tuned in, we're going to be asking a couple of questions. We've already asked about some tacos. So the age-old question, the one question that I had in particular, and I think it's actually very important because it really depends on the structure of the taco. But the question, and of course, people in the comments are I want you guys to interact too, and I want you to answer this question because this is for you too. Red or green salsa in a taco of your choice?
We're about to fight.
Ooh, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
get the drum roll.
I
The drum
gotta
roll.
take my glasses off for
The
this
drum
one.
roll.
But
So I have a rule. Anything with egg gets red.
yeah,
Anything that doesn't have egg gets green.
okay. Why is that? Is it? Does it have to be breakfast?
Doesn't have to be breakfast, but
Okay.
anything with egg gets red. When I grew up, the way I grew up, we always ate. It seemed like tomato something with all our eggs. My grandma would make tomato and egg. It was just always. So for me personally, my flavor profile, I love tomatoes with eggs.
Oh yeah, it's like
Right.
the classic, like a
Yeah,
ranchera style. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And anything else gets green. Yeah.
Okay.
Whether it's like guacamole, it doesn't matter. Just
Yeah.
it gets green.
Yeah. I don't know. I get confused sometimes when it comes to green salsa because I never know what it is. Sometimes it's
Right.
just like pure serrano.
Yeah.
And then at times it's just jalapeno. And then
Yeah.
at times it's like guacamole and something else. And I get really confused. So I'm always afraid to get those little, what are those little tubs when you get salsa?
Yeah,
I
right,
never
right.
know what it is going to be.
Yeah, so generally if it's like a neon green, it's like guacamole. Or it's supposed to be avocado based. A lot of people aren't using avocado because it doesn't last as long anymore.
Yeah.
So they're using some other stuff to keep it going. But I would say that the only thing that I would say is if it's like a guajillo and it's like that earthy color or whatever, I will put that on something that obviously does not have egg. I don't necessarily consider that a red salsa.
Yeah.
I literally say it's an earthy salsa.
Earthy.
Yeah,
Earthy
because
salsa,
it's got
okay.
that earthy taste. It's got the
Yeah.
peppers and it just.
Do you like your like tomatillos and tomates? Do you like them roasted like
Oh
like
yeah.
charred?
So whenever I make it, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have like a secret recipe?
No,
Is it? No.
it's that meme that says I do things until my ancestors say "Ya, mijo, stop" is exactly right. I
Yeah.
mean, the salt, everything I make is my mom. If we went to her kitchen, she'd make it very similar, other than just like salt to taste, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how your family is, but anyone like my mom, they love so much salt. I'm
Yeah.
surprised they didn't have a heart attack at the age of 20.
No,
As
hombre,
much salt, yeah.
Yeah, no,
I-
yo también. I mean, like every morning I would wake up and I would wake up kind of just choking because the house is filled. I mean, everybody knows that. If you're if you're Hispanic, you raised in the city of San Antonio, or if you just got some type of Spanish heritage in the city, you wake up in the morning and you just start choking on this what is it, capascan, this stuff that's in the air from
Yep.
the salsa.
Absolutely.
That's the type of salsa I grew up on,
Yeah, uh-huh.
and it was super dangerous. And I didn't like. I like to enjoy my salsa.
Yeah.
you
Right.
know?
Right.
I'm a big fan of garlic,
Oh yeah.
and I gotta have it in the salsa. But my grandfather, rest his soul, would put these chili piquin and,
Oh, yeah,
and
the chili piquins,
serrano
bro.
and oh my gosh, nopales, anything inside the salsa just to make it taste even better.
My son, and it's when he was a little guy, he was probably 2 or 3 years old. I remember, I forgot where we were. Someone put the chips and salsa in front of us, and he grabs the chip. I said, "Mijo," I was like, "Wait till we get our drinks." He didn't listen to me. I'll never forget this.
Oh,
It's
no.
a lesson I taught him. He big old scoop full of chile, and I remember him sitting there, and I'm like, "I don't have water. I can't help you." And I was like, "This is my wife's like, help him." I'm like, "It's a self-correcting mistake."
Yeah.
I was like, "He will never do that again." So yeah, he likes it hot. I like it hot.
Yeah.
And that's why when people say, "Is it hot?" I don't like to give them an answer. I was like, because all of our levels of
Right.
heat, our heat indexes are all different.
Yeah,
Right.
no doubt.
And I feel that mine's a little bit elevated because I've told too many people, "No, it's fine," and then they're like, "Ah, ah." And I was like, "Oh, sorry." I mean, I guess.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I find it very hard to trust somebody when it comes to salsa.
Yeah.
It's just something for me. But the first time I've ever had it was when I went to Mini Taco growing up on the
Okay.
south side, and our good friend Arthur, owns the place, and he tried to get me to eat the salsa, and I was very skeptical. I finally tried it and fell in love with the red salsa from there.
Right.
And now it's Nietzsche's as we know it today.
Yep.
And it's, I don't know, it's just been one of those things where I have to really think about it before I try the salsa.
So, what's your favorite, red or green?
red.
Red
Red's just straight up red.
all the time.
Yeah, yeah. No, but I've been duped. You know, I've had some salsa, and I'm like, hey, wait a minute, this is habanero.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, yeah.
I tried some stuff, and you know, one of our good friends, April and I, Arturo, he's I believe he's married, right? But his girl, Miss Yanez, she makes this salsa, and I don't know if Arthur does it to her or not, but if he makes her mad, that salsa comes out so flippin' hot. Oh my gosh, it has you sweating the minute it gets to your mouth.
She
But
takes it out on you that way, huh?
it is insane.
On
They're
him.
really good mini tacos too. And oh my gosh, the salsa. She was like, "No está bien picoso," and I'm like, "What? Okay, well, I tried it."
The
I
famous
trust you.
last words.
Yeah. And I'm like, ¿quién te you know, who made you mad? You know?
Yeah, yeah.
My goodness. And I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's a hit or miss on the salsa for me.
A lot of people ask me, where they'll be like, "Hey, so how was the salsa?" And I say, whenever I try a restaurant, I'm a purist. I take a bite of the taco without salsa. I mean, after I'm done doing my initial thoughts of it, I'll put salsa. But I don't include salsa because one of the things that people don't realize is if you're drowning your tacos in salsa and you can't taste what's in there,
Yeah.
then you like salsa and not tacos.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
but I do occasionally like
Yeah.
a drippy taco. you
Sure,
know?
no,
I don't
no.
mind drinking my taco.
But
you know.
yeah, so for me, I do it pure style. Just take a bite, see what all those flavors are like,
Yeah.
because so I can taste the tortilla and all those layers of.
Yeah. I think that's important. Consistency is definitely key.
Yeah, consistency is probably the key, the one thing I look for in a restaurant.
Yeah. You know, I mean, I don't mind, like I said, an occasional bean or salsa dripping down to my elbow.
Yeah,
You know, I think that's what makes or breaks a taco.
Sure.
In my opinion.
yeah. Yesterday I bit into a carne guisada and it fell on my shoe. So yeah, that was a great one, man. I was
Yeah.
out in the parking lot and I took a bite. I was in Fort Worth yesterday, so I just came back from a trip covering tacos in Fort Worth.
Okay. Yeah. I might have ran up into you, but I was in Dallas for an install.
Oh, okay.
Doing a TV install, and yeah, it was pretty rough. But we had a 6-hour drive because traffic was so bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yesterday
it
was bad.
nuts. It really was. But yeah, do you have a favorite spot here in San Antonio that you'll definitely go back for the salsa?
But the
Every
salsa.
time? Yeah. Since we're on the topic of salsa, you know?
Let me think about that. I don't know. I hate to say. A lot of people ask me like, "Hey, what are your favorites? Where do you go all the time?" And I was like,
Yeah.
one thing I feel about taquerias and everything, all of us cater more to the nostalgic side. So the taquerias I love the most aren't the best taquerias that I've ever had,
Yeah.
and it's just more nostalgic that the flavors just take me back to being a kid again. But when it comes to salsa, I don't know. I eat so much and I make so much at home. I hate to be one of those people that says my house, but I would say restaurant wise, it's not an important factor for me because if they have a good tacos and they have bad salsa, I'll just go get them and bring home and use my own salsa. Like,
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So there's not one place that brings me for salsa.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Are you want to carry salsa with you?
no,
Or-
I'm not
okay,
one of those
okay.
guys.
I don't know if you're
No,
like
no, I'm
Chris,
not-
you
no,
know,
no,
just
not one
carrying
of
it
those
with you, you know.
No, I'll say that one of my favorite salsas, and it's not from San Antonio, but the Julio's. man.
Okay.
Yeah, Julio's. I think they're in Del Rio.
Yeah.
I believe, and yeah, they're great. Have you ever?
They make a chip, right?
They make chips also.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like their chips. They're really good.
Yeah, they're full of MSG. Yeah, so like if you're allergic to MSG, stay away from them.
Oh man.
But they're great. Yeah, their salsa, and what I like about it is it's fresh. You get it in the refrigerated section, like
Yeah.
of HEB.
Yeah.
Right. But I would say that even at HEB, there's a spot here in town, Humble House.
Okay.
You know Humble House,
Yeah.
right? So they have a line of salsas there at HEB. We use those. Those are my son's favorite, actually. So we use those quite often. Red, green, yeah. So yeah, really good stuff.
Yeah, man. So one of my other questions is, when it comes to salsa, do you have to have it warm or cold? Does it really? I mean, room temperature. What's
So if I'm eating it with chips, I like it cold. If I'm
Okay.
putting it on a taco, I like it room temperature.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not necessarily warm, just room temperature.
Yeah, yeah. Me personally, I really like a warm.
So I've been
salsa.
to a few restaurants where the
Yeah.
salsa is actually hot.
Mm.
What do you
Yeah.
think about that?
I don't mind that at all. I don't like putting cold salsa on my tacos that are
Yeah.
warm.
No,
Because you're cooling down the taco.
Right.
yeah, I like it. I don't know. I like a warm salsa. Just something.
No, I've
about
had
it.
them like they're steaming hot, like the
Yeah.
green salsa comes out. I think that's pretty good
Oh yeah.
because you threw it on your huevo rancheros and boom,
Oh, yeah,
there you
bro.
go.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. I just I don't know. There's so much in Hispanic culture when it comes to the food, and there's just so much you can do with it. I mean, it's super. You can dive really deep into Mexican culture when it comes to foods.
One of the things I tell people all the time is I love the whole Tex-Mex fusion. And the reason why I love it so much is because it's happening in front of us and people didn't even realize it. For instance, like the whole barbecue, and I call them barbaqueros.
Uh-huh.
10 years ago when you walked into a barbecue, anything, there wasn't tacos on the menu. Now you don't get into a barbecue spot without there being tacos.
Right.
We watched in front of our eyes. There was a fusion of the two cultures, the barbecue culture and the Mexican culture, and I think it's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Yeah. But I think we're going to go a commercial break right now. We got a couple more questions for you here in a bit.
KLMO Tejano 98.9 and 92.1 Weekend Warrior Entertainment invite you to Toys for Tejanitos. Sunday, November 20th from 2 p.m. till closing at Slim Sports Bar, 1006 VFW Boulevard. A full day of live music featuring Artie Irina, El Dorado, M2, and more. A Tejano artist meet and greet featuring Tony Guerrero, Oscar G, Angelica, Savannah V, Ray Ray, and many more. Admission to Toys for Tejanitos only $5 or free with one unwrapped toy. All proceeds benefit the San Antonio Fire Department's annual toy drive. Toys for Tejanitos. Sunday, November 20th beginning at 2 p.m. at Slim Sports Bar, 1006 VFW Boulevard. Para más información, llame al 210-213-2557. That's 210-213-2557 for more information. Or email jojoherrera210@gmail.com.
Cervantes Towing and Road Service in Dilley, Texas is now offering delivery service on all of your 18-wheeler automotive parts. Everything from brakes and airbags to hydraulic hoses and fittings. We can deliver straight to your business or home address. Just call 830-378-5598 and place your order today. Or place your order online at CervantesRoadService@gmail.com. With the purchase of $200 or more within a 50-mile radius, get all your 18-wheel automotive parts delivered to your front door. Díganle a todos que Cervantes Towing and Roadside Service ya se puso las pilas con entrega a domicilio. Desde frenos a bolsas de aire y hasta mangueras de presión, Cervantes lo tiene todo. If your wheels ain't turning, you're not making any money. You've heard the catchy cumbias. Tiembla nena. And chile con queso. Eso, chile con queso. By singer-songwriter Tejano showman Roddy T. Now, here comes the award-winning Slack Monster studio-produced hit ranchera, Alma. Alma is now available on all digital platforms, and don't forget to request it right here on KLMO.
The 42nd Annual Tejano Music Awards, Saturday, November 26th at the all-new Techport Center and Arena in the beautiful city of San Antonio, Texas. Scheduled to perform Jay Pettis, Shelly Lares, Stephanie Montiel, Sunny Salceda, Ricardo Castillon, Eddie Gonzalez, The Homeboys, The Crazy Pimps, Isabel Marie, Monica Saliva, Proyecto Cumbia, also the emerging young artist segment, Anika, Maria Paula, Carla Cristina, and Gabriela Martinez. Plus special guests, Sueña Tron. Tickets are on sale now at TejanoMusicAwards.com. For more information, email BinoG at Tejano Music Awards, brought to you by Bud Light and Hermes Music.
KLMO, Alamo Tejano, 98.9 FM, and San Antonio's 92.1. Somos San Antonio. We're back with life stories with April Monterrosa.
Hey, we are back with Eat Migos. Chris Flores. That's his real name. But you can look up Eat Migos on social media. Tell us your social media handles.
So they're all Eat Migos. I made up the word. I made it simple, so across everywhere it's Eat Migos. Or you can follow my journey with Favor at if you just go to thefavordelivery.com, and you can find my journey there also.
You know, when you first launched this new endeavor of yours, I looked that up, right? And I'm like, that is super cool. Like, I'm so proud of my friend because everyone sees that.
Yeah, it was weird.
I mean, you're like plastered all over the website.
Yeah, it's so. Here, I wish I. Oh, you know what? I'll show you if you're watching on social media. I got to dig it up, and I'll show you on here. This past week, these started popping up, and what's so funny about it is the fact that I wasn't ready for this, and it kind of gave me Weekend at Bernie vibes, is what I tell people. Here, I'm going to show it to you. Um, but yeah, I wasn't ready for it either. It was, went to the website, and it's just really, really amazing to see so many people work on the CTO project with me. I have a great team; they're amazing, and they really give me creative control and support what I'm doing. And what's awesome is I'll be like, hey, this is an idea I have, and then we'll talk about it, and they'll help take this idea and even make it better than I could have ever thought. So look, this is funny. Look at this.
That is super cool.
Yeah, like, they're popping
you
up.
can show it here.
Okay.
I don't know if you wanna- Oh, there you go. You
yeah.
have your camera.
Yeah. So there's my Christmas tree. But like, so these things are popping up. Here you go. They're popping up around.
So you have your own like.
Cut out. This
That
cut
is
out.
so. That's super
Yeah,
cool.
so there's a bigger version of it. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that's what I saw on the website.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's.
So you're a celebrity. You're a taco celebrity now.
I just tell people I'm the popular guy because I know where the good taquerias are in Texas.
So speaking of, I'm sure you get asked this all the time,
Uh-huh.
and I'm sure it's very hard to choose. So I'm gonna ask, what are your favorite top 5 spots in San Antonio?
Oh,
I'm
Top
giving
5.
you 5.
you give me 5. Good.
So that's
So obviously, barbacoa is a big deal, right? I like Pepe's barbacoa, which I'm going to go to as soon as I leave here because it's here on the west side, close. Pepe's barbacoa for and there's one actually on the south side, downtown, Southtown area, really good. For like Al Pastor tacos, I'd say Mr. Diablo's, always in my heart. I love that spot. For carnitas Don Raul, amazing. They're my favorite. So there's 3. One of the things that's hard for me to say is because the proximity has a lot to do with it. Because I have a lot of favorites depending on what side of town I'm on. We were just talking about one of my favorite tacos. I always mispronounce the name. So is it Tehran's? Tehran's. There you go. That monster taco. I know it's a lot of food and it's a lot to eat, but man, it's so good. You leave there and you're like, man, I'm full. I'm not gonna eat for a day.
my other half took me there for the first time, and there's no way I could finish my plate. They give you a ton
Yeah,
of food.
the taco is-
I've never had that taco though.
Okay, yeah, the taco is the size of the whole plate. Yeah, it's amazing, and I would say that's one of my favorite tacos in town. Absolutely, like I always tell people, if you want a good taco to tackle, go try that one. And then lastly, man, April, this is a good question. There's so many places. Like there's Tacos El Regio. It's a food truck downtown on St. Mary Strip. Really good. I love everything there. But yeah, it's hard to choose in a city that just has so many good tacos and so many good spots. And that's what I love about San Antonio, is the diversity of tacos.
I'm sure you've had some bad ones. I'm not
Sure.
going to ask
Yeah,
you what
sure.
those places are,
Sure.
but you work with a lot of different businesses. What is it like when, 'cause, we went through this whole COVID thing, right? And I saw that you did this taco campaign with the mayor to kind of boost business for restaurants in the San Antonio community.
Right.
What was it like getting a response from business owners that you've helped out by utilizing your social media reach?
So that's the main reason I do it. I think when people say like, "Oh, well, they're paying," it's like, no, these people they don't pay me. I mean, I'll do paid promotions, but I mean, everyone knows that they're paid, right? But for just the taquerias and these restaurants I go to, I'm just doing it on my own, and I've gotten so many. I think the very first one that made the impact on me was this place, and I went there. I had their stuff; it was great. They were on the far west side, and I remember them contacting me a couple months afterwards, and they said, "We were about to close down when you came, and ever since you've been here, we've added another truck, and we've had to hire employees for the first time." And it was like, what? Like, that's so amazing. I felt, and that was what drove me to just like, hey, I want to do this more. I want to do whatever I can for people who need it. And I've had so many people, I'll call them, and they'll be like, man, ever since you came, it's been line out the door, or we've been recognized by these folks. And it's a great feeling to know that you're helping out people who are out there hustling, doing the real work. All I'm doing is eating. They're doing the real work. They're the ones waking up. They're the ones making the sacrifices. They're the ones putting it all in, not me. And I'm glad that I'm able to use that platform in order to help boost them, boost their family morale, and all that. It's a good feeling.
And I think that's what's cool about the foodie community, that we all have mutual friends in. Whenever I have a business that's struggling that reaches out to me or vice versa, or any of these other foodie influencers, we all tag each other
Absolutely.
on social media, and like there's just no questions asked. We all share.
Yeah, absolutely.
San Antonio Munchies, Alamo Foodie, San Antonio Stephanie,
Yes.
Socialize San Antonio. Who am I missing?
Jen Montserrat. I mean, there's so many folks.
There is so
Yeah,
many. Tito Caballero. I mean, so many. And it doesn't matter what part of town
Doesn't matter.
or what our backgrounds are or
Right.
what we, share on a normal, day to day. Everyone is like, all right, this business is struggling. We got you.
Absolutely.
So that's been really cool to see in the social media world.
And I think it's also, I always tell people, as the pond rises, so do the ducks. And I think the more we boost San Antonio and the more food that we help cultivate to just do amazing, the more visitors we bring to the city. And it just all helps us all out. Our own economy makes us all strong.
It's got to be a great thing to build these relationships with these business owners, because a lot of them, you share their great food and all that good stuff, but a lot of them have unique stories.
Oh, yeah. And that's what I love about this. Especially now, I get to do it over the state. I've met so many people and made so many connections. And I generally care about where they came from, what they did, and to see what brought them to this moment where they're making this food and why it tastes like this. It's an amazing thing.
That's awesome. So is there anything else that you'd like to share with us?
Just, hey, happy Thanksgiving coming up. If you happen to make turkey tacos, be sure and tag me. Because this past week in Fort Worth, I was thinking about that. I was like, I need to come up with like a turkey taco recipe. Yeah, exactly. And it was stuff like that, using what's on the table. So maybe we should make it a challenge and say who can make the best. Right?
That would be a cool idea.
Taco.
Speaking of Thanksgiving, what's your favorite side?
Oh. So I'm going to say what the most famous, I like stuffing, right? So stuffing is. But one thing that when my wife and I got married, we do rice. And she's like, Mexican rice isn't part of Thanksgiving. I'm like, where are you from? Of course it is. Yeah, she's not 100% Mexicana. But yeah, she was surprised about that. And I was like, yeah, no. Mexican rice has always been there.
I love rice. My daddy used to call me rice pouch when I was a little girl because I would eat so much of it. That hasn't changed.
So good.
So stuffing then, that's your favorite.
I would say stuffing and corn. I love corn. Yeah, elote is my favorite. Yeah.
Have you ever had a corn in a cup taco?
I've never. So a lot of people now got what they're doing is they're putting like a elote as like an accent on top of it, and it's good. Actually, Chef Leo Davila he calls it I don't know if he says corn in a cup, but he uses that, and it's really good. He won the Texas Taco Tequila Festival with that taco. It was really good.
What are some cool taco events to go to?
So whenever the taco events that come around, like the Taco Rumble's cool. The SA Current does a good job there. And really, I would say anytime we can get together and eat tacos, it's a good time. Come on out, and I'll be there. If it has anything to do with tacos, I'm going to be there. Yeah, come on out, hang out. Let's have a taco eating contest. See who can eat tacos faster.
Oh my goodness. So okay, that leads me to my last question. How many tacos can you eat?
That's a very, very good question. I'll say this. So yesterday, I was in Fort Worth. It was my last day in Fort Worth. I hit 5 taquerias, and I'd order 2 to 3 at each one. I didn't eat them all, but I knocked out probably 3/4 of them. So that's a lot. And when I'm on the road, when I come back, I have to take a break for a couple of days from tacos because I hit anywhere from 3 to 6 spots a day. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So
how do you manage that?
It's hard.
I mean, because you can't. So when I was doing, when I do tastings during my travel writing, I'm not doing tacos though. I'm doing alcohol.
Yeah.
But you don't drink the whole thing.
No. Yeah.
That's what because people when they see me doing all these different travel pieces and stuff, they're like, "Man, you just get to drink and get paid." I'm like, "No, you're literally sipping.
Yeah.
You don't swallow it all the time. You're
yeah.
literally tasting it."
Yeah.
So how do you manage that with taco tasting?
So I don't have the self-control because I walk in and I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm going to take like 2 bites and then I'll, that's it. I'm going to do. I'm like, man, it's really good. I'm going to keep going. And then before I know it, I'm like, man, I ate way too much. I shouldn't eat that whole thing. And then, then the next second, I'm like, okay, take a breath. Let's do it, man. And I just do it. I've been training my whole life for this. So, it's hard, but I would say I like to do that because you take a bite of a taco, sometimes it doesn't give you the full flavor profile of the taco. And generally when you get to the middle, you're like, oh yeah, I get the vibe here. I know what's happening.
So I guess the trick is just to bite it in the middle then.
Yeah, it's going to be all over you. But that's funny. I never thought about that. Yeah, like an empanada, right? Just the fat part of it.
All the goods. Like just take a chomp out of that. Forget all the ends.
Yeah, or cut it in half and take a bite. But no, I'm traditional. I just like to eat it. I like to enjoy them. I do. I mean, every part of them. Like I said, every layer. I love how everybody's tortillas taste different. I love how everybody layers and just like the whole concept behind it. Because I learned so much. Also, people, I'll ask, why do you do it like this? And they'll tell me, I'm like, man, that makes so much sense. We've all been doing it wrong this whole time, and you've been doing it right.
So what's in the future for Eat Migos? What's coming up?
I think that just pushing out content for Favor. I know in the new year we have a couple of things that are popping up that I have to keep as a surprise. But I would say that the one thing you can consistently expect from me is just really good restaurants, really good tacos, and me putting my heart into doing that and bringing all that to you.
Well, we are definitely looking forward to all that's to come. Share with the audience where they can find you.
So YouTube, Instagram. I'm new to TikTok. I know I'm late to the game, but I am new to TikTok. Facebook, of course. And like I said, on all the Favor social medias, which is either going to be Favor or Favor Delivery.
Awesome. Well, that concludes Life Stories today. My name is April Monterosa, and you can find me on SouthsideSanAntonio.com or on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at April May Media. And we will see you next Saturday.
Thanks
Actually,
for
no.
having me on.
I'm not here next Saturday.
Yeah, we're going to take the Thanksgiving weekend
That's
off.
right. Yes, Adam and I are taking a break, but we'll be back the following Saturday.
I will be in Cali, so.
Cool.
And let me tell you, their tacos do not compare, man. They do not.
Very different. Very, very different, man.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for listening. Happy Thanksgiving, and we will see you soon.
KLMO, Alamo 90.9 and San Antonio's 92.1. Somos San Antonio.
It's party time.